Welcome back to the Monday Lives. I hope you guys have missed us. My name is Sofia, or you might know me more as nailedbyssof here on Instagram. And I am part of the content crew, and I have the honor to kick off this new season of Monday Lives. So, today I am going to show you 3 different ways of a glitter fade. We have, I would say this one is probably the most common one, when you go from the free edge and down. Then we have one from the cuticle area and down, and then mixing 2 glitters together. And as a fun bonus, I decided to add on a French tip on this one, because I've seen this design going around a lot here on Instagram. I'm pretty sure you've seen it too, and it's actually looks really fancy and a bit complicated, but it's really easy to do, and I'm gonna show you that later. And just for fun, I decided to add some lines and stuff on this one as well. Of course, all of these can be left alone plain like I did on the first one, or you can add on any design that you feel like. So, for this live, I am going to work with already pre-mixed glitter gels. I don't work with loose glitters, like at all. Maybe every now and then, but I try to avoid this as much as possible, because I am too clumsy for that. So, you can of course do all of these designs with loose glitter as well. Or if you want to do with glitter gel, you can always mix your own by just taking loose glitter and a clear gel and mix them together and create a beautiful concoction. You get what I mean. Words are hard, okay? So I figured we would start with this one. So I have my tip already buffed and ready to go. Oh, I should also mention, with glitter gels is usually the best to, one, put a base coat or base color under. That way you can tweak the glitters a little bit and also get a really nice coverage. I don't know, you probably can't see on this one, but I actually just put the glitter straight on, and since it's a clear tip, you can kinda see it sticking through, like where the glitter hasn't really covered. So for this one now, I'm going to show you what it would look like with a base color under. And if you are doing any kind of glitter fade or glitter designs on a client, oopsies, I would highly recommend actually, to do it before you build up the nail. So like you have the extension shaped and everything, super thin, and then you do the whole, I lost my words, and then you do the glitters on top of the extension, and then build up your nail. Hey Agnes! That way your nail won't look super bulky, and you just get a more dimension in your glitter, and the sparkle is gonna be super sparkly, and that's what we want with the glitters. The more sparkler, the better. So I am just gonna start off by doing a really simple fade with a light yellow. I tried to find a yellow that matched the glitter pretty closely, just so messed up. Hey Natties! Also, this fade doesn't have to be perfect. Of course, like, try and make sure you don't have a too harsh of a line, but I mean, this one looks a bit wonky. I don't know what I got there, but a bit wonky, but I mean, it's fine. This is only a base, So we are gonna cover it in glitter anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I am putting that in a lamp, and I'm actually just gonna do one color or one coat of the color. You can of course do more if you want to, but I'm just saving time. Pretty much, that's all I'm doing. And as I said, we're gonna cover it up with glitter anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And here comes the fun part of waiting on the lamp. Always super fun. So, just to explain a little bit what I'm going to do, we are doing this one right now. I am starting off with color, then I'm putting on the glitter, and then I am going to take a pinkish nude-ish builder gel and build up maybe half of an apex just to like get some color. You're not gonna do the full apex and then stop about here and blend it down, and then you're gonna do the full apex in clear. So that's what we're doing with that one. So we have the glitter. Can we just take a look at? Oh, so pretty, so pretty. I am just so happy whenever I get to work with a glitter. If any of my clients can agree to that, whenever they say they want glitter, I am literally bouncing up and down in my chair because I'm just so happy I get to use glitter. Am I a glitter addict? Yes. Am I ashamed of it? No. I am a proud glitter addict, and you should be too. So I am going to not add that much glitter. Bye bye fly. And add it to about there. Clean off my brush, like really clean. Don't leave any little spark of glitter. Take your wipe and clean the brush. That way it's easier to move the glitter particles you have on the brush wherever you want them without accidentally adding more and having too much, and then you have to clean it up anyway. And also now this brush is a bit messed up, ignore that, but when I clean it, I try and make sure to press it as flat as possible, and then I just go and drag the glitter where I want it. Now, as you can see, I have the color fade all the way up to here, but I'm actually not gonna drag the glitter there. I am going to cover that up with the builder gel anyway, so we're just gonna leave that as a happy accident. Something like that. And into the lamp. Also, something worth mentioning, when working with glitters, make sure to have a specific brush that's only for glitters, because the small particles tend to get stuck a little bit in the brush. Like you can see, I've been cleaning this one, but I still have a lot of glitter in the middle of the brush. So that's why I have this one marked off as only used for glitters. Sofia, är du möjligen för... Yes, I am actually finlandssvensk, whatever is that in English. I am a Swedish speaking Finn. From Åland Islands originally. Born and raised, but now living in Stockholm, Sweden. Been living here for maybe it was 8 months now ish, something like that. Is it that obvious hearing my accent that I am not first of all not English speaking, and then secondly not Swedish? Because I get that question a lot from people I meet on the or meet or just my clients. Everyone seems to notice that. Oh, how fun, you're also there from there. lovely. Love meeting new nail enthusiasts from the lovely land of Finland, or Swedish speaking Finland. Do you have a favorite glitter? The issue with me and glitter is I tend to switch favorite glitter depending on my mood very often. So I can go from loving something super bright like this, or I can go back to loving something as simple as like a goldish one. It really depends. However, I do have one glitter that I tend to go back to a lot. That I guess I would consider that my favorite one. Where is it? I have too many. There it is. And one glitter that I think works with most things are this one. Iridescent, super fun. I have this one on my toes right now, and it's just so much fun to look down on your toes and they're all sparkling. Highly recommend that. Sparkle up your toes, people. Sparkle up your toes. That's the best thing you can do. Can I mix loose glitter with a regular shellac base or top coat? Yes, you should be able to do that. I would suggest doing it with builder gel, since you have more control, since it's a little bit thicker. But of course, yeah, if you don't have that and rather do it with a base or a top coat, go for it. Do you prefer loose glitter or gel? Gel glitter. I think when it's pre-mixed already, it's first of all easier to work with, and second of all, not as easy to dump the whole jar upside down on the floor and then crying because you have a big mess to clean up. I've done that last time I worked with glitter gel, or loose glitter, and yeah, I don't recommend it. That was not at this salon, it was at another salon I used to work at, and as far as I know, there's still glitter on that floor because I wasn't able to clean it all up. So sorry if the owner has noticed more glitter on the floor than usual. I tried. So I have a very rough shape. Like, as you can see, I haven't done like a perfect fade here, since I am going to cover it. And what I'm gonna do now is take the pinkish, nudish, whatever you wanna call it, builder gel, and place it as about a half apex to here. Like, when I say half apex, I mean literally like you build up a small apex, and you're not going all the way down either, so you're stopping the apex midway. So I am going to just lay down a thin layer of where I want the color to go, and cleaning off, hard to do one-handed, clean off the brush, good enough, and just lightly, like, you don't need a lot of pressure at all to do this, just lightly fade out so you can't see it, where you have the gel and where you don't have the gel. Taking a little bit of a bigger blob, this I always just guess with the blobs I do, so this could be too much, this could be too little, we will find out. Good thing is you can always just add more or just drag away whatever you don't need. Now, if this was on a client, you obviously already have the nail bed color, so the pinkish would I lost my words. The pinkish builder gel would show up a little bit clearer than now when I have a clear tip. But I'm just gonna go down to the sides to try and cover as much as possible. If it's not perfect, we're gonna have to use our imagination. Now, You could leave it as this if you want, but it's not a fade. It's not really pretty. You have a really like sharp line there. So I am going to again clean off the brush and just drag it down a little bit. And I am not focused on the apex at all, really. I'm just building up the color at this point. And great tip, if you feel like your builder gel is starting to slip away to the sides, turn it upside down. I know you can't see now what I'm doing, but I'm literally just turning the tip upside down, which is very hard to get on camera, so I'm sorry about that. I am going to try and see if I can get a way to show you better, but I will be turning the tip upside down quite a lot. Hey Liga! And then you're just gonna work the gel a little bit, and when you're happy, pop it into the lamp. You're gonna do something like that, and into the lamp. And then we are building up the rest of the apex with the clear gel. Now I am not going to file and shape the apex at all, just to 1, save some time, and 2, I am not able to turn on my dust collector right now, since it's literally under here, and I don't want to breathe in all those dust particles, so we're gonna skip that step. But if you're doing this on a client, make sure to file your shape, if you're of course not able to get it perfect when you're doing the application, but file the shape and make it look as perfect as you can. So again, do as I say, not as I do. That seems to be a common theme here. Alright, building up a slight eye apex here. Not gonna do too much because the focus is not here how to build an apex. The focus here is glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. So I'm gonna lay down a slip layer and then just do a quick little apex on top of that. How fun is that? Taking a block. Come on. Thank you. Oh, yeah, what you might want to think about is don't overwork the gel here, because you might end up getting bubbles in the gel, and we don't want... Bubbles can be cute, but in this case we want the glitter to shine, not a bubble. And it's gonna be really annoying, like if you, or when you file the shape, the bubble will probably get covered with dust. So we are just gonna try and not get any bubbles in. And I always turn upside the hand. Well, in this case now it's tip, but whatever. Turning it upside down whenever I'm working, just to get it to the middle. Again, I'm sorry you can't really see what I'm doing here. I know I'm covering the whole thing, but sorry. Then we're popping that into the lamp when we're happy. Might look a little bit wonky, but as I said, I am not focusing on the shape at all here. I am focusing on showing you how to sparkle. You are going to want to do so much sparkle after this. While we wait for that one, I might as well just start with the next one. So we can do the one where we do opposite way. On this one, I'm actually not gonna put a color down underneath. You can, of course, if you want to, but since you're around the cuticle area, be very, very thin with the layers you use, because you don't want it to be bulky there. Might not show, if you're too bulky, might not show like right away, but as soon as the nail starts growing out, it's gonna look super weird. and not recommended. When you file shape, I am going to assume you mean when, like at what point I would file and shape it, and I would do it now, after I built up the whole nail. When you file shape, do you look 180 grit? I use a file that's 100, 180. I use the 180 side if I need to remove something, like let's say the gel managed to run away a little bit on the side while in the lamp. Then I would use the I would use the 100 side for that, and then the 180 side just to shape it all over all over the nail. And then go in with a buffer as well to get rid of any pile marks that you might get. So this is when I would do the shaping. We are going to skip that, so instead I'm just going to add a top coat. We're not going to get the satisfaction now, like when you go over the top coat, over the nail from matte to shiny, the glitter. Sorry about that, but as I said, I don't really feel like breathing in dust particles today. I'm not in the mood for that. Popping that into the lamp and moving on to the next one. This one, I'm doing thin layers of glitter from here, from the cuticle down. And this one I am actually gonna stop a little bit further. Like I'm only doing like a really small glitter fade here, and the most of it is gonna be the builder gel, mainly because for that one design I used a pretty milky builder gel, I would say, even though it's pink, so milky pink, if that makes sense. And yeah, we are doing, always when I do a glitter fade, I'll put down the glitter first, and after that I start moving it around where I want it. So now we have a really straight line, is the word I was looking for. Cleaning off the brush, which again is hard to do one-handed, but we're moving on. And just lightly feathering the glitter down. And here you actually want to really look at where you place your glitters, because you can easily just like try and take 1 or 2 glitter spectacles and move them around, and that could make such a difference in how the glitter fade looks. But I am gonna do something like that. As you can see, since it's a clear tip and I've only done a thin layer, you can still see like my nail through when I hold it. You obviously wouldn't have that issue if you're doing it on a client. You would instead see the nail bed through it, or if you do a color underneath, you would see the color instead. Cleaning up, wiping up, and hold on, there we go. There we have the, no, money shot, give me the glitter, yes. There you have the first one. Super easy. And honestly, like if I do this kind of design on a client, it goes really quickly. I would say like this might almost be quicker than doing a color for me, because since you're building it up, you're doing all the steps into the nail. When you have the finished, you only put the top coat on and don't have to put a color. You could also do many different designs with this. A couple of weeks back I had this kind of design, but I did orange glitter and then some black squiggles. Is that a word I'm looking for? Probably. Some black squiggles over it. You can do some lines, or you can even like build in some, I've done some with like fruit where I build it into the nail as well. And there's just so many possibilities that you can do with these. There's no limit. The only limit is your own brain. Hey Selena. So for the second one, I am now going to do a second layer, and this time I'm really going to focus on covering up where I didn't get any glitter the first time around. So I'm taking my time going around, but trying to make sure that I don't make too thick of a line, or like too thick layers there, because it's gonna show up when the nail grows out, and that is not pretty. So this is gonna be really like a subtle glitter, but that's honestly what I wanted, like just to give a little bit extra pop to the French design. Because honestly, in my opinion, just the regular French is starting to get a little bit boring. Yes, I've done it too much lately. And yet again, I am here doing it on the live. I don't know why I decided to, but French is a thing that comes and goes all the time, so I figured why not show you how I do it. This is gonna be a paint on French, by the way, not the reversed one. You could do it in the reverse way as well, but I honestly don't like it. I think the French reverse look really pretty, but I don't like doing it. If I can, I prefer doing the paint on. Probably, I don't know, maybe I have to do something with the fact that I love working with tiny lines and tiny brushes, so the paint on just works better for me as a person, I guess. However, I would of course do the reversed French for like a glitter, since you still want to build it up and you can't really get a nice and crisp line with the glitters. Believe me, I've tried. It got very clumpy. I am going to do things a little bit differently here. Now I am going to put down a thin layer of clear, actually, and starting to build up a little bit of an apex, but I am actually gonna stop like there. I'm not going to do more, because then we want builder gel, the pink, milky pink builder gel to come. So I'm just doing this so I have something on top of this glitter gel, in case, like, if I would what am I trying to say? Yes, if I would file it, I would do it, I wouldn't file into the glitter. I would instead hit the clear gel and won't ruin the glitter. Hey Maria. So I have a thin layer down and just taking a small blob and oops, here I am, placing something like this on, fading it down a little, just so I won't have such a harsh line to try and cover up with the next layer, something like that. And into the lamp we go. If I can get into the lamp, there we go. And now we wait. So have you all had a great summer? I know it's still summer, but I mean, I would guess most people are back from vacations and such, but if you had a vacation, was it a good one? Did you do anything fun? I took a week off and went to visit my parents, and I did absolutely nothing, and that was so nice. I didn't have to cook anything either. My parents took care of all of that. I just laid out, did nothing. Could have wished for a little bit better weather, but I mean, you can't get everything perfect. At least I got the chance to do nothing, which was very needed, let me say. And something I honestly recommend everyone to just maybe might not need a week, but take some time off where you do absolutely nothing. Because when I came back, I had so many ideas of the videos I want to do, designs I want to do, and also like started getting more back my creativity with other stuff at home. So like I picked up sewing again, which I haven't done in 5 years ish. It's been a while. But I find when I took a time off to do like nothing, I found energy for it, I guess, or like creativity, and wanted to do it again. So highly recommend, take some time off for yourself, for your brain. It will do good for you. I know a lot of people might think that just 1 week isn't really enough. Like I had many clients asking me, why are you only taking 1 week? Are you stupid? But for me, 1 week is enough just to sit around and do nothing. If I have nothing planned and you sit around for a few weeks, I'm gonna get so bored. So I need to have like something more planned out, and or I might also just start missing work too much, because I'm a workaholic really. So instead I spread out my vacation, so I take like 1 week every season or so, and that works so much better for me. Okay, back to the nail. I am now going in with the milky white builder gel. As you saw, I started here and went around and put a thin layer just as a slip layer, and now I am building up that apex. Yes, you have a straight very sharp line here right now, but we are gonna fix that, don't you worry. And it's not gonna show up as pink as I maybe want it to now, since we're working on a clear tip, but you will get the idea at least. Obviously, like, you don't have to do this with a milky pink. You can do it like with any color really. If you have a white milky pink, white milky pink, no, that's not what I meant. A white milky builder gel, that would work as well. Really cute. I've seen a lot of people do. I actually did that back in like January. Had a blue glitter here and a white, turning upside down, and a white builder gel, and that was, oh, I missed that design. I need to do it again. But yes, so I am building up the apex. Don't worry, I'm going to show you in a second. Hold on. Please pause for a brief moment. Why is it not working with me? Okay, good enough. Now we have a very sharp line there that we don't, that I don't want, and it's a little bit wonky still. Hold up. I know I said wasn't gonna focus too much on the shape, but I can't leave it super wonky. That's just my perfectionism kicking in, like, no. Okay, that's good enough. Now I am just, again, clean brush. There we go. Clean brush. And lightly drag just to try and like blend out a too harsh line. And something like this. A little bit more maybe. Never mind. I wasn't happy. And since we first built up a little bit of an apex here with the clear, and then built up the rest of the apex with this pink, you will get a nice apex either way. Now I see I managed to get a bubble in the middle there, or a lot of bubbles actually, which is what happens when you work too much with the gel and just talk and not focusing on what you're doing. So we're gonna have to pretend there's no bubble there. Just pretend for me, please. I am turning it upside down one last time, and then we're popping it into the lamp. After that, I am going to paint on the white. However, if you are doing this on a client, now is the time where that you would fix the shape. After it gets out of the lamp, of course. Let it do its thing in the lamp first, and then shape and buff, and then paint on the French. Yes, that's what's the plan. I am just skipping a step because I am saving time. But don't do as I do. Do as I say. Come on, lamp. Work. Is it just me, or does anyone else tend to like talk with the lamp? I have issues with my lamp sometimes wanting to just turn on automatically again for some reason. So I started talking to my lamps, thinking that they will hear me if I talk with them. And they will stop doing it. Has it worked yet? No. But does my client get a laugh out of it? Yes. So I keep on doing it for them. Now there is many ways to do paint on the French nail. I've seen like you can map it out really with like a lot of lines. I do it very, very simple. I decide how thick I want it down here. So, and then I start with a line, too much white, line straight down. So let's say somewhere there. That's about good enough. Taking some more paint and going from them. Well, why am I shaking so much? 1 second. Yes, shake it out. See where I started? I have too much. We're gonna start over. This is why also I recommend you to do the filing first, because then you don't have that sticky layer where the gel wants to like smoosh out. Is that the right word? Spread out, flow out. Hopefully you get what I mean. Because it's easier to do a French if you don't have to worry about the lines running away from you. So we're going again. Straight line. Somewhere around the middle. This is also how I make sure to get them as thick on every nail when I do like a full set. Do the line, have it like memorized in my head, or you can do the line on all fingers and then continue with the next step also if you want to, of course. But then just doing half a French smile up to there. A little bit more paint. Now, since it's such a long nail, I decided to go far up with the smile line. Personally, I like that look more than have like a long, narrow, I don't know what to call it, but a long smile line. That's my preference if I had to choose. The short and stubby ones, not my thing. I will do them, but I wouldn't wear them myself. Now, of course, if this was a client, I wouldn't flip it around. I'm just doing it now to make it easier for myself. Actually, what you can do is you can check the side where you have the line there and kind of like guide you through and put a little bit just a tiny mark, only just so you can see how far up you're going. And then we're going to connect this line with that line. Ta-da! Now, if it doesn't look perfect now, it's fine. Just fill it in first, and then we can perfect the line to make it super crisp and nice. Did you do your own nails? Yes, I do my own nails. I don't think I've ever actually had anyone do my nails, ever. I've always just done them myself. I think I'm just too picky to let anyone else do my nails, honestly. Maybe I should try having someone else do it sometime just to see what would happen. But I don't know who I would put as a sacrifice to that, because I'm not sure it's gonna be pretty for them. Like, I will sit there and look at exactly everything you do and be like, but why? But why? Why are you doing this way? I'm doing another way. Like, stuff like that. I might not ask, but I will sit there and think it at least. And like question everything. Either out of curiosity or just confusion. Yes. Oh my god, your lines are so nice and thin. French is my Achilles heel. It used to be like really hard for me to do the French as well. But I just sat around and practiced because I noticed, like, my first years of doing clients, how often clients actually wanted French. Like, when I was in school, I did not really bother with the French because I just didn't like it, and I thought it was a trend that was dying out anyway. So I'm like, why should I bother learning it at all? I did it obviously because the school had me to, and I did it good enough to pass. At least my teachers didn't say anything about my French. But when I look back at pictures now, I'm like, why it's not even like nice lines. I am not even on all of them and anything like that. So I'm like, okay, no, I need to work on this. So I just sat down with some tips and started working. And also helped that I had a lot of clients that wanted French, so I had no choice. Because I am too nice to say no when someone wants French. I hate doing it, but I won't say no. I will just cry a little on the inside. So now I'm just trying to like perfect the line a little bit, because I saw a little bit of a bump that I wasn't happy with. And of course now I'm bumping it even more. Great. But I am going to show you how you can fix that. So I did it on purpose. Let's say that I did it on purpose. I meant to bump it. Like here, you can see. Not really straight. But let me show you what I would do to fix it. Let me just fix this color a little bit, because I am not happy with how it's looking. Okay. Now, for this I would use an angle brush like this one. A clean one, however, so give me 1 second while I clean this. Okay, now it's clean. I like to take the pointiest point, and just put it down and drag it. To drag away the color and like make a nicer line. Something like that? No, a little bit more. If you feel like you need to go in more, clean the brush in between, or you will smudge out whatever color you have in the brush, and that's not fun, because then you will cry. A lot of crying, I know. How do I know? Because I've done all of these mistakes and cried myself many of times. I am going to call that a day and into the lamp. I'm just saying no to clients who want French, even though I know it's so hard saying no even though you dislike it, because I mean at the end when you're done with the design, you see how happy the client is. So I'm like, okay, I will do it if it makes you happy, but I try to ask them to do something else the next time. And most of the times they do, or they agree to add some kind of design to the French, and that makes it a lot more fun again. So that's a tip. If you don't like doing French but have clients and wants to do French, ask them, can we do a design on top? Do something fun with it and not just plain French. That way it makes it more fun. Oh wow, I haven't even noticed how long I've been going. Feels like I've just started like 10 minutes ago, but no, we've been going at this for 45 minutes. I am going to just show you then how to do the mixing mixing fade, like between two colors. Because I mean, this design is really simple to do. I just did it to show really that you can do a design on top, but I'll let you see how it looks like without any design. But what I've done here is literally just like 2 lines this way, fill it in to make it thicker, and then 1 line down. Super easy. And as I said, you can do anything you want. Yeah, I get like 70% natural looking nails, 29 French, and 1 say go crazy. Yep, that's what it used to be like for me as well. Luckily, like now, a lot of my clients are starting to notice that I like doing crazy and going more crazy. So they actually want to do more crazy stuff, even if it's just like 1 nail or something. A great tip I have for that actually is keep a lot of tips you've done out, like put them on display in like a frame or something. And what I also started doing recently is I have a lot of decorations out on display. Like on my table I have a shelf right next to me, and the bottom shelf is just like full of all kinds of decorations I have. So like my clients can sit and look at them and get inspired while I'm like removing their last set or something like that. And that has worked so many times. Like a lot of times I had some clients come in, oh, I just want red nails. But then they've been looking around like, oh, but do you know, can we add some of this or some of that? So highly recommend that if you want to do more crazy stuff. Have stuff on display. Because a lot of clients don't know what you can do with nails really. Since, well, they are just not used to thinking the same way that we do. So help them and guide them and have like stuff on display that you want to do. And trust me, you will get more clients wanting to do crazy. Now, let me move so I can do... We are doing the 2 glitter fade really quickly before I will let you... Well, before I will stop my babbling and let you go on with your life. I am going to start with just putting down 1 color and stopping about halfway of the nail. Doesn't have to be perfect. We are going to mix the line anyway. And honestly, like, you can stop wherever you want. If you want more of 1 color, obviously like stop another way. Cleaning off the brush before I dip it into the next color, because we don't want to mix them in the pot. And we're going to put the other color right next to it. Whenever I do this, I like to put the color that goes closer to the cuticle first, and then the color that goes to the free edge last. I don't know, I just feel like it's easier to do it that way. And of course you could also do fade underneath here with the colors close to it if you want to. But honestly, like, I don't think this one needs it. You still get like a pretty good coverage with just doing it like this. My clients like glitter and witchy nail art, but not Halloween witch. What kind of witch do you mean then? What Halloween witch and witchy? Isn't that the same? Or am I just lost? Help me, please. I am cleaning off my brush, trying to make sure I don't have a lot of glitter particles in it before I will just mix this together. And honestly, the way I do this is very simple. Make my brush as flat as possible. This one is going a bit crazy. I've been dipping it in some cleaner, so that's why it's all messed up. But it works still. Don't worry about it. And then I'm literally just going to fan. I'm going to go like zigzag over the whole thing. Now you won't see really as well with the first layer, but believe me, when we get the second layer on, it's gonna look bomb. Trust me, it's gonna look great. And when you feel happy with that, pop it into the lamp. And we have this one done, so let's cleansey. More like some of my clients are witches. They like evil eyes, crescent moon. Oh, I see. But do they do like stuff like that for Halloween as well? Or do they do like really crazy scary stuff for Halloween instead if they don't want Halloween witches? And there we have this one. You can see now in the light that the shape isn't perfect. Ignore that. It would look better if I had filed it, I promise. These two, come here. Sit there. Sit pretty. Thank you. So now you have proof of why you should file it. I can even see it, like if I'm looking through the phone on the nail, I can see how a little bit wonky it is still on there one side. I am going to pretend I didn't see it. And just move on to this. Get distracted by the glitter instead. Adding a second coat. And again stopping with this color at about halfway. Now we don't have a clear point where the halfway is, like with a straight line or anything, so you're gonna have to use your brain. Hopefully. Something like that. If you go a little bit over on where the pink is, that is a-okay. We are going to move this line around anyway, so doesn't matter. Clean off the brush. Going speed mode here, I feel like. Okay, next color. Yeah, next color. Almost dipped it in the wrong one. Make sure to pay attention to where you're dipping your brush, or we might have used a blue glitter nail and then no fade. And that wasn't the goal here. A little bit more there. Move it around so we don't have too much bumpiness. But we're going to encapsulate this, so if it's a little bit bumpy, it's fine, we can fix it. But try and not make it super bumpy, because then you might end up filing away the glitter, and that's not the goal either. Just try and like work in thin layers is what I'm trying to say here. Clean off the brush, have it flat as you can, and then again go. Now you can see a little bit better maybe, but I'm literally just taking the brush, going straight, like as I would stab the nail, and going beep 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 beep, dragging. Now since I have a lighter color on the bottom, or this one is lighter than this one, we can all agree to that. I like to like also drag it a little bit over like this, just so the darker one won't cover it completely. So something like this. There, we can move this down a little. Dip, 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 dip. And when you're happy with when you're happy with that, put it in the lamp. And then we're gonna build it up when it's done in the lamp. I personally really enjoy using slider stickers. There are so many beautiful ones that I'm not even sure how to display them anymore. For stickers, I mean, you could, if you just have a few favorites, you can like put them in a frame maybe, try. Or get like a photo album and have put your stickers in there. And then you can like write on the front that is stickers and let your clients just flip through it. That's one way. Have it like standing on your table if you have extra space for it, or if you have a space next to your table, maybe like a little cart or something, or yeah, many ideas. Does that blending technique work on non-glitter colors too? Yeah, I would probably say like I do a similar one, not upside down. I usually let's pretend I have two colors here. So I would stop like halfway point there too, and have the flat. Have the same like flat, but then I would like drag it along like this and go like up and down a little bit. So not maybe the same this motion. Like this one works well for glitter since it's smaller particles that they're moving, but it might look a little bit muddy if you do it with colors. So that's why I at least prefer doing the whole like sweeping over the nail like this. I hope you understand what I mean, even though I don't have any colors on here to show you. But something like that. And if I do like only color blend like this, I would again start on the extension and then just drag it out like this, and then maybe go a little bit like that as well, and then put base on top of that. But I mean, with ombre there is so many different techniques of how you can do it. Like there's I know a lot of people use this kind of brush as well. I haven't really managed to figure out how that one works. That's working great for me, so that's why I don't use that one. But honestly, like with the color fade, I feel like you just have to find the technique that works best for you, since there's so many different out there to try. So just play around with it, honestly. Maybe like look around a little bit and see what other people what other people are doing, and then go from there. I do understand. Thank you. You are very welcome. I try my best. Okay, I'm going to quickly build it up a little bit. And honestly, like now I'm not going to focus on the shape that well at all. Probably not gonna do high enough apex either for this shape of nail, but we are going to roll with it. Place it on. Try avoid getting any bubbles. Bubbles are no fun in this. Wait. That ombre brush doesn't work for me. Yeah, I honestly, someone who knows how to work the ombre brush, please tell me how you do it. I mean, I have it, so I wanna be able to use it, but I don't understand how, and that's frustrating. Like it keeps me up at night wondering how do I use this brush? Why did I buy it? I thought it was a good idea at the time. Now I don't know anymore. I question my life choices with the brush. Just with that brush though. There we have a quick build up. Not perfect, but we're gonna pop it into the lamp anyway. And then all we need on top is top coat. I would, yeah, of course. If it was on a client, again, before you add the top coat, file the shape. Not gonna do it then now, because can't use my dust collector. So we're cheating a little bit. But after I get that top coat on, we are done with today's live. Unless, do you guys have any questions? Anything I missed telling, or like just rambled on too much about? I tend to do that, I've noticed. And I can go on for hours and hours and hours. So sometimes I am sorry for my family members and close friends. So any questions, let me know. And if there's something that you remember that you wanted to ask later on, you can always just hit me up on Instagram. I would happily answer any questions you have. gonna close this one, and then I will let you see my Instagram handle in case you missed it. Come here. There we go. We're gonna put this one on top there, and we're gonna put you there. Chaos. There we go. So, my Instagram handle, for those of you who have missed it, is nailedbyssof. Note the double S. I feel like I always have to point that out because there is someone else called nailedbyssof with just one S, and she's probably a lovely person, but I did not mean to send everyone over to there with questions that she doesn't understand maybe. So feel free to follow me, and if you try out any of these designs, I would love to see them. So please tag me and tag Moonflair as well. And if you come up with any fun ideas for what you can add on top of this, I would also love to see that. There's so many different things you can do that honestly, like, go crazy. I will love it. I promise. You can't go wrong with glitter and then something fun on top. Here's the last one. Put it down. Yes. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to my babbling and putting up with it. And I hope you enjoyed the live, and I hope you will have a great evening, day, morning, whatever it is for you. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.